Investigation into airport security is out, and the news is not good. An undercover team trying to sneak contraband through airport security says the TSA only stopped them less than 5% of the time. The details stem from an internal investigation by the Department of Homeland Security. An undercover team went to dozens of airports trying to sneak banned items such as mock weapons, even explosives, through airport security. Screeners failed 67 out of 70 times. Congressman John Mika went to far as to call what TSA is doing, quote, a charade.
It's security theater, and we need to be focused on real security and real steps that go after people who pose a risk.
The Department of Homeland Security announced TSA Chief Melvin Carway's reassignment the same day the failed screenings came to light. The full report is apparently still being written and won't be issued until later this summer.
A congressional panel is meeting this morning to investigate last month's deadly Amtrak train crash in Philadelphia. House Transportation and Infrastructure Committee members are going to be questioning Amtrak President and CEO Joseph Boardman. Also giving testimony today will be the chairman of the NTSB. Among the answers sought by the panel, what steps Amtrak could have taken to prevent the disaster, and what have accident investigators learned so far. The May 12th crash left 8 people dead and more than 200 people hurt.
A passenger ship carrying more than 450 people has capsized during a cyclone in the Yangtze River in southern China. At least 5 people have been confirmed dead and at least 12 have been rescued. Search teams heard sounds coming from within the partially submerged ship. They were trying to confirm whether they were from survivors trapped inside. The small cruise ship, called the Eastern Star, was reportedly carrying 405 Chinese passengers, most of them elderly, 5 travel agency employees, and 47 crew members.
And police in Bangladesh have filed murder charges against 41 people in connection with a clothing factory's collapse 2 years ago. At least 1,100 people were killed in the country's worst disaster. The prosecutor says the man who owned the building, as well as his parents, were among those charged. At least 5 apparel factories were housed in the 8-story building.
And after years of testimony and 6 months of deliberations, a Canadian judge has awarded nearly $18 billion to smokers in Quebec. The landmark case represented almost 1 million people who were divided into 2 groups of plaintiffs, some who got sick from smoking and others who remained healthy but were unable to quit. A Superior Court judge found that 3 large cigarette makers were liable because they hid the negative effects of tobacco and knowingly put out a harmful product. It's believed to be the biggest class action lawsuit ever in Canada. Tim?
All right, thank you, Sam. Well, if